What's good with it, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world, it's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real Talk Boxing. It is a privilege, an honor, and a blessing to be back at you beautiful people. Again, I'm hyped up, fresh off a workout. Did a mile with my baby girl. We walked the straightaways, jogged the curves. Then I came home and did 8 rounds, 30-second rest in between each round with ankle weights. No excuses. No excuses. Proud of my daughter, man. Proud of her. The sun was beating down on us today. It kind of took a toll on her. I kept looking at her. I said, baby, you want to stop? You want to quit? We can cut it short. She's like, I'm good. I said, what? She said, I'm good. Let's keep going. And she made it. She said, Pops, I want to lose some weight. I want to get in better shape. I want to feel better about myself. So I said, let's get to work. Driven. Who did she get that drive from? OG. She's smart as a whip. Every award she could have gotten in her last award ceremony, she got. Now that she gets from my mother. The drive, she gets from old school right here. Anyway, topic. What I think will be Deontay Wilder's demise in this trilogy fight, should it happen. Because we're not there yet. I want to be real clear with y'all, okay? Just so y'all don't think I'm hating. Alright? This isn't a hate video. This is just what I see. My opinion mixed in with a handful of facts. And I embrace reaction videos. I embrace that. So if you want to do a reaction video to this, please do. Because I want to hear your thoughts. And see if you even agree with anything that I'm saying. Now, emotions play a big part in boxing. A really, really big part. Sometimes your emotions can get the better of you. Sometimes your emotions can make you overwork yourself. Can make you tense. Can get you off the task at hand. Now, when we're talking about Deontay Wilder, we're speaking about the fact that he lost. Okay? And he lost bad the second fight. And he's not sure of himself. You know why I say he's not sure of himself? Because he's still saying that I was cheated. I was cheated. I want this fight for revenge. I want my payment in blood. It's all about revenge. Okay. Is that a right approach? Is that a right approach to this fight? I want y'all to really listen to me. Okay? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Deontay Wilder had a rematch with Bermane Stiverne. Went all 12 rounds. The first time he ever went 12 rounds, but he won the WBC from it. Second fight, he demolished him. Just completely mollywopped him. Took his lunch money. We all saw what happened in Bermane Stiverne versus Wilder 2, right? He had Bermane's number. He beat him the first time and beat him worse the second time. And if they had a third fight, he probably would have beat him worse than the third fight. Luis King Kong Ortiz had a tough fight the first fight. Really tough fight. Almost got taken out of there. Could have been stopped, actually. And you got an extra 10 seconds. After that round, you got hurt. I don't care what you say, he did. You came out, you collected yourself, and you got him out of there. Then you rematched Ortiz. You weren't nearly as hurt as you was in the second fight. Nearly as hurt. And you knocked him out with a one-punch knockout. It wasn't accumulated punishment like the first fight. So what does that tell you? If you're fighting a fighter multiple times, and you're getting the better of him even more so than you did before, that means that that's going to continue to happen. In my opinion. I can't say that factually. But I've watched a lot of boxing and a lot of rematches. And sometimes it plays out differently. But for the most part, that's what usually happens. Correct? All right. So let's intertwine that with the two fights with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. First fight was close. For the most part, Deontay Wilder lost majority of those rounds, but nevertheless, he got 2 knockdowns. Okay. He rematched Tyson Fury. We all know what happened. So it seems to be getting easier and easier for Tyson Fury, but harder for Wilder. A little deja vu. Hear me out. I'm not done. Okay. When you get beat like that, and you want to make improvements, you don't go into press conference and say, it's all about revenge. I want my payment in blood. I was still cheated. You remember a fighter named Mickey Ward? Arturo Gatti? Man, they had some amazing fights, right? I remember when Arturo Gatti decided to really work on his boxing fundamentals. He really homed in on them. See, against a fighter like Ward, you can't stand toe-to-toe with that dude. He's too tough. And the body shots are just nasty. And Arturo Gatti knew that. So he homed in on those boxing skills. And they rematched. And he won almost every single round. And won that fight. He won it by using boxing skills. He wasn't pissed off. He wasn't enraged. He didn't keep his mind off the task at hand. He boxed Ward. And he boxed him really, really good. And won the fight. You don't hear that from Deontay Wilder. His emotions is going to get the better of him. When you're fighting, your emotions, if your emotions are distributed out in the wrong fashion, it can play against you. And this is what I see happening to Deontay Wilder. It happened to him in the second fight. You remember backstage when he was pacing back and forth? I ain't talking about just a little bit. I ain't talking about 5, 10, 15 minutes. He paced around that floor all freaking night before his actual fight. He was nervous. There was nervous energy. His emotions got the better of him. Now, we see him on the hand mitts. He looks better. I've stated before, anybody can look good on the hand mitts. We see him jumping rope. This jump rope video has gotten all kinds of attention. But wow, like, he's just jumping rope. This is something that he should have been doing from the jump. And it's a good thing. He's implementing jump rope. I love it. Ain't got nothing bad to say about it, but he's just jumping rope. But people play into that kind of stuff. They really play into it. It's really easy. I'm not saying this is what he did, but it is really easy to say, hey man, they ain't never seen me skip rope. Let's get a 30-second skip rope video. Get them talking. Let them know I'm serious. Not saying Deontay did that, but it's easy to do that. Very, very easy. If you understand what I'm saying. Now, if you see Tyson Fury, he's the same. Well, I got to fight this guy again. Okay, so what? He's still the same loudmouth, arrogant, so to speak. I'm here, all eyes on me type dude. And he's cool, calm, and collected. Cool, calm, and collected is what wins you fights. He's not going in there with any type of crazy emotions. Deontay Wilder is an emotional fighter. And his emotions are going to play against him in this trilogy fight. Should it happen. Because I'll believe it when I see it. So, if you really think about it, are you really implementing these things? We have yet to see him spar or do anything with another body in the ring other than Malik Scott. I haven't seen anything. So how serious can we take Deontay Wilder? Because I stated, he's not sure of himself. A man who's sure of himself will admit when he got beat, I lost. He's not doing that. So his emotions and his task at hand, it's not there. And his reasoning for getting back in the ring and his reasoning for wanting to win is all wrong. And I believe, in my opinion, it's going to play against him. Because it's not like they fought twice and Deontay Wilder got better. He got worse. He got worse. You understand what I'm saying? Story time. Yeah, buddy. I used to train this guy right here. This is Scott Awesome Rawsome. He doesn't fight anymore. I was with Scott for 4 years, and he had a record of 20 wins, 1 loss, 2 losses, and I believe 17 knockouts, if I'm not mistaken. You can look him up on BoxRec. Here's me doing some hand mitts with him like years ago. Okay. His promoter set him up with some sparring in Little Rock, Arkansas. Me and him hop in his car. I drive there because he wanted to lay back and rest, because he was supposed to spar 2 guys that day. 2 guys. We get to that gym, we walk in. Woo! I walked in that door and I was like, this is home. You should have smelled the stench of that gym. I loved it. Woo! It stunk so bad. I'm like, nah, this is a boxing gym right here, baby. Hot. No AC. Doors open. Big old shop fans blowing all the hot air in. It was like a freaking oven. And I'm telling you, this whole gym was full of people that looked just like me. Scott was the only white soul in that gym. So when we got there, we walked in, and everybody thought that I was the fighter there to spar. Everybody. Oh man, your sparring partner's gonna be in a minute. I ain't sparring nobody. Not I. Him. They started laughing. They started laughing at us, man. I saw one dude, he headed outside. I had to go use the bathroom. The bathroom was right beside the side door. The window was open. He's on the phone with one of the dudes that Scott was going to spar with. Yo, man, he got this big old country fat white dude, redhead dude. Bro, come up here and get this easy work. You ought to see this dude. Fat, good. Scott, you don't know him like I know him. You don't know Scott. Scott is like Kingpin. You think he's fat underneath that 2-piece suit? That big dude could fight. You hear me? He beat guys in fights he was not supposed to beat. Tough. The same big guy we're talking about, he ran a mile in 7 minutes. 7-minute mile. I was there. I timed it. He had a gas tank. Big country, corn-fed. The dude was just a freak of nature. So Scott told me, he said, hey man, don't say anything about my record. I want them to keep that energy. Cool. So the dude came in, the first dude came in, we were supposed to spar. Second dude never showed up. He showed up late when we were leaving. And his name was Big Tank. This dude was like 6'5", big old dude. And I really wanted to get in there with him, but we had to go. You came too late, Tank, sorry. So we get in with the first guy. I told Scott, just pop the jab, get on the stick, man. Work your combinations. Because I was working on Scott's footwork. He popped the jab. He started popping the jab. I said, work after the jab. Now I started going to the body. We sparred for 5 rounds. We were scheduled to spar 8 rounds. But 5 rounds we sparred. This dude was getting so frustrated because this big old white dude was beating his butt. This ain't supposed to be happening. What is going on? He got frustrated. He was boxing pretty good at first. But once he got frustrated and he couldn't figure Scott out, he just started winging crazy shots. And at the end of the 5th round, his corner stopped it because Scott was putting too much heat on him. Peppering him. I'm talking about pot shotting him and everything. Because his emotions got the better of him. Your emotions will play against you if it's not directed in the right manner. And Deontay Wilder's emotions, I think, will get the better of him. Never mind my opinion. What I'm talking about, I want to know yours. Comment down below, let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all, fear none, God bless. Until next time, I'm up and I'm out of here. Sorry for keeping y'all so long.